when I was translating the book, I didn't know who was real, who was not. I knew Kalaf was real and very few other characters, and I assumed that most of this was made up, and I didn't have any way of knowing, and I didn't ask him, I didn't check. And there's a character in the second part, the very beginning of the second part, there's a Brazilian called Quito Ribeiro, who I assumed was a fictional character because I assume everyone is a fictional character. And then I was in Brazil earlier this year, and it turned out that Kalaf's character has written a novel. There was a new novel written by this person I assumed had been made up, and it was prominently displayed in Travessa bookstore. And it turns out that I'd been hoodwinked all along.
Yeah, Kito is real. He existed. And in a way that character brought Sophia in a way because I wanted to to bring him because he was is also besides being a writer, he's also a film editor and he was editing a Kuduro documentary at the time. And I wanted like and it was so funny to see someone aside from myself uh, being exposed to kuduro and being in love with that music genre. Yeah, so I wanted to capture that experience. And Daniel is so funny about the Kitos novel. There is a episode that's quite actually happened because again one side note yeah, music is definitely the backbone of this book but there is also uh, the topic of migration that somehow is the conversation that I wanted to have with the reader, to discuss and to analyze it about it. Even the title itself, it's it's this invitation for us to see and look migration from a different lenses. I can explain if someone is curious about the title, but there is a episode on this book that also appears on Quitos Ribeiro's novel. So if someone is interested in reading Quitos, there's a crossing between these two stories.
That's amazing. That's amazing because I was literally convinced that Sophia existed. I don't know why. I think it was because when I read about Johnny, I assumed Sophia was real as well. And I had no idea Kit was real.
Yeah.
So it's really, yeah, it's really funny, these